Welcome back to part two right here, Rugby M. We're obviously still at the game, just warming up now. And we're with Ryan Sparks, media manager, Bradford Bulls.
That's what they call me, yeah.
And you're also chairman of Murfield Stags.
Yeah.
How's that journey going for you?
It's going really well, actually. We beat our local rivals Birstall yesterday big times, which was quite sweet in front of a few hundred people at least. So very, very good for the first season, top of the league and 7 points clear. So yeah.
And you're using your Bradford connection. You've got Robbie Paul and Freddie Maloney playing for you.
Yeah, well, he owed me one, didn't he? So I said, get out on the field, pal. No, it's great to have them two play. It's an honour for me, to see that, something that we put together with a couple of people behind the scenes, and to get two players like that on the same field for the first time this weekend was absolutely brilliant, yeah.
And for your day job for the Bradford Bulls, it's I won't say Bull Mania's coming back yet, but there is a bit of confidence around the place. Dane Nielsen landing this week, a huge signing for the club.
Yeah, he's a great signing. I've met him actually this time. I spoke to him on Thursday last week when he was waiting for his visa. He was buzzing about coming over then, and I've spoken to him today for the first time, and he's a really nice guy. The fans are really receiving him very well, and it's posing for 10-15 photos just before he got to the side of the pitch. So it is exciting times for the club. Game one of the Super 8s. We're very confident that it can end well. No one else is confident, but everyone in this place, we believe in what we're doing.
Yeah, we think Bradford are going to do all right in the Super 8s. With Lee losing the first game, it's going to be very interesting and a great competition. Right now, we're going to go back and speak to Gary Schofield, legend. Also, we've got Lee Radford, old school Bradford hero, talking about the Hull merger. We're here with a friend of the show, Leeds and Great Britain legend Gary Schofield. Gary, how are you?
Alex, I'm brilliant and great to see you again. I tell you what sort of weather we got here?
Mate,
sensational.
I'm pretending to myself I'm in the south of France in Monaco today.
Oh, well, I think we're a little bit pretending there, mate. Yeah, we know exactly where we are. I can't see any yachts around here, mate.
No. Now, you've got this fantastic shirt. This is your testimonial shirt. Firstly, how's the testimonial going?
It's going very, very well. It was a launch last Thursday night on the 30th of July, and tell you what, Alex, the big boys themselves, as I call them, the Hall of Famers, and there was myself, Martin and Fire and Malcolm Reilly, and then the really big boys, and Lewis Jones, Alex Murphy, Billy Boston and Neil Fox. And the people who came to the function, they were just literally with pride and passion and respect. And one thing for sure, what the lads did, they couldn't sign enough autographs, they couldn't have enough pictures taken. Went down very, very well, and I'm getting goosebumps talking about it now, because the people in the room, you could sense that pride and passion and respect what they had for everybody. Went down very, very well, and the comments what I've had back, it was an excellent start.
Now, you got your testimonial shirt here, and this is one of 10 very special shirts that are going to be going up for auction. Tell us a bit about this particular shirt.
Well, it is, mate, yeah, and I say I've had it designed in the Great Britain colours, in the design of the Great Britain shirt when I played, and as we can see on the jersey, it's got Gary Schofield testimonial there, Golden Boot winner, Man of Steel winner, and also 246 Great Britain caps, and on the left-hand side, the Hall of Fame, 2013 with the Great Britain badge. But underneath the Hall of Fame is the 7 signatures, which you won't get them ever again on a Rugby League jersey altogether. You won't get us all in the same room. And on the back, it represents the number of caps when I played for Great Britain, which is 46. Won't be beaten. Record holder myself and Mick Sullivan. So that won't be beaten. So yeah, this is a very, very special shirt. There's only 10. That's been ready now, available. So these will be going out on auction, and they are absolutely a must for any collector of Rugby League memorabilia.
Absolutely fantastic shirt. Can you give us your next few testimonial events? Obviously, we're going out Wednesday night next week. What is the next few events that people can get involved in, and how do they find out how to enjoy and be part of Gary Schofield's testimonial?
Well, it's all being advertised all over Twitter, Alex, and also in my column in League Express. And so last week it was a matter of, my Hall of Fame dinner. I've already had a golf day at Alton Hall, which was a success. The weekend I was at Eastmoor at Sportsman's Dinner, and I had Roy Dickinson speaking as my guest speaker, and then I had my All-Stars as well, which I can reassure you, some of us will be a little bit tired after the turning out again, but I can reassure you, Alex, it's the last time I'm putting a pair of boots on. So I'm 50 years of age, it's the last time I'm going to put a pair of boots on. I'm too old a little bit now, but I'm looking forward to the All-Stars on Sunday. My boots will be auctioned, so anybody again can get the last pair of boots Scott's going to put on. But then the week after, I've got a function in Whitehaven. A friend of mine has got a cafe bar up there in Whitehaven. Then I'm at Ellenborough on the 15th, and then that's it then until the Wembley build-up, and then that's when I really start in September. And then Brett Kenny comes over for the Golden Boot Tour starting on September the 14th until October the 12th, and then I finish up with a celebrity darts night at Swarcliffe Working Men's Club, which is Dennis Priestley, Eric Bristow, Bob Anderson and Keith Della. And then I have a sponsored race day at Webber Races, and it all wraps up on the 31st of December in October. But if anybody wants to get in contact, they can see all the dates in there. And one thing for sure, I'm looking forward to meeting new friends, old friends, and I can reassure you, Brett Kenny can't wait to get over here and meet Oda Quincy, because let's not forget, it's 30 years since Brett had that dominant performance against my old Hull team when he won the Lance Todd Trophy. Exciting time for me and Brett to meet friends and new friends.
Now, in off-season, we're thinking of doing a charity boxing thing because we want to raise some money for a few charities.
Yeah.
Would you get back in the ring with Keith Senior?
Mate, of course I would, yeah. You know, not because it's Keith,
Yeah.
You know, just for out for
I will fight you.
yeah. No, for charity, you know, I'll do what we can, you know. You know, that's most of all of my fights, I suppose, have been for some form of charity, and you know, it's the least we can do, I suppose.
Yeah. Last thing I want to ask you about is this whole merger. Everyone's got it's all over the place.
Yeah.
What's it about for a start? Because I'll tell you what, right, and this is what I'll say, because I don't know anything about it. I just thought I'd ask you today. It's just coming to my mind.
Yeah.
Now went to under-19's coaching thing down with the RFL, not just around the corner at the Chester University, actually. And I spoke to the coaches, the under-19 coaches of both clubs, and they said that if Hull had a joint kind of vision on youth, it'd be better for the area.
Yeah, I think there's two ways you can look at it.
Yeah.
You know, you can look at Australia. You know,
Yeah.
they're currently better than us. You know, in world rankings because of numbers playing.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we produce one Sam Tompkins.
Yeah.
They produce 8.
Yeah.
Because of the numbers. So, from a numbers point of view, the more you have, the more chance of good kids you've got coming through.
100%.
But then there's the flip side of it of, you know, sometimes you're signing blokes on that you know are never going to break first team football,
Yeah.
but there's a minimum wage now
Yeah.
within that structure, and you have to finance that. You know, they say 1 in 12 comes through. Well, if every one of them gets $5,000,
Yeah.
its own stacks up. So
60 bucks.
of course it does. So from a financial point of view, it's you can see all the pluses.
Yeah.
State of the game, I'd love to be a lot of teams,
Yeah.
you know, and I'd love to be loads more kids playing, but unfortunately at this moment in time that's not the case, and you know we're going to have to develop with that, and
Yeah.
you know, the rivalry, you know, I've got to sit down with Chesney tomorrow, and
How do you pick, say the end of it, how do you divvy them up?
so
Heads
that's
and
what.
tails?
No, yeah. Which one do you want? There's a couple of systems you know you can go down. You can have a budget for me for the Hull Academy.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we sign a player on a 2-year deal. After
Yeah.
that 2 years, if we like a player and they like a player, you know, we sell the club to them. Then come to Hull. Say this is what we're about. This is what we do. And then Hull KR do the same.
Yeah.
And if they make a decision, they get retained by Hull Academy. There's a draft system which is obviously successful in the in the NFL. There's some families in Hull that will not wear a black and white shirt.
100%.
Likewise, there's a lot more that won't wear a red and white shirt.
Yeah.
So that's an obstacle in itself. But it's, you know, whatever, you know, formula we come together and organise, I'm sure it'll be a success. And I think one thing that, you know, we've got going for us at the moment is there's going to be 60 kids on board.
Yeah.
So you divide that into two. There's probably still scope for a state of origin size, an East v West, and I think that's needed because the rivalry between the two clubs is what makes these two clubs unique.
I'll tell you what, the one thing I'll say to our Hull fans is that last year they were laughing at every minute matters, laughing at this whole concept, and look how well it's turned out. So people have got to give it a chance, and it's going to be a benefit game up there. So, you know, fans have just got to go with it and, you know, trust the clubs.
Yeah, I think, you know, both owners of each club, you know, have pumped millions of pounds of their own expenditure into you know, both organisations. You know, for anybody to think that they're just going to up the wall, throw it away. It's not going to happen. And if a decision's getting made, it's getting made for the benefit of both clubs. And I think that's like you just said, I care dearly about the club I coach. I came through the system. I was a fan of the club growing up, and I know how much it means to the city. So we'll get it right, whatever the decision or the outcome of it is.
Super 8's last question, mate. Great concept. You've just got in there.
Yeah.
So some people might say, well, Catalan and Hull it don't really count for, because to get to that fourth position is going to be very difficult, but it still can happen. It's just like Wakefield or Halifax can get to Super League.
Yeah.
So.
There's two ways you can look at it. You can look at the points difference for and against that Huddersfield have on us, which means we'll probably have to win an extra game. Then the points will already be behind them, which, if you look at that now, it looks a million miles off. But then likewise, we beat Castleford next Friday and they get beat by Wigan, and then all of a sudden looks a lot closer.
Squeaky bum time.
Squeaky bum time. Yeah, definitely. Hopefully not my bum. But and that's how we've got to approach it. So to do any good in this, in the Super 8s, we've got to get off to a good start, and obviously that start is at Cass.
Mate, great luck with the rest of the league.
All right, pal.
Top man. Cheers, buddy. I'm here with the main man, Kev, John Brown. Brownie, first and foremost, will you give us your best Dennis Betts voice?
No, I won't. I don't know what you mean. He's got a nice voice.
No, we had a bit of banter the other day on Periscope, and Dennis Betts is a fantastic bit on the video, and we just think he could be actually Batman. We actually think at Betts he could be Batman.
I thought my telly was broke. I was tuning my telly in it.
You've been injured for a little while. How's the injury front looking?
Yeah, good. Back fit from today actually. We've got training this afternoon, so I've done a fair bit on my own, and I know what I've got to do to be fit. So I'm in a good spot really. I had a bit of a rest, from getting whacked every week. So no, in a good spot, quite fit at the minute.
Mate, you've had a fantastic season. It's been great to see. On a personal level, Widnes just missing out on the Super 8s, but are you excited about going into that competition? Do you think it's fair that you've got the same chance of relegation as Wakey, even though you finished like miles ahead of him?
Oh, well, it is what it is. We all understood and knew the rules at the start of the year, so we can't complain. They could have, you look back and, God, you kick yourself a little bit that there was a bounce of the ball here and there, and, if we'd have just switched on a little bit more. But on the flip side of that, we've got out of games where we've probably not performed like at the weekend and got the points, so you can't complain. It's over 23 rounds, and you've got to embrace it now. If you start kicking stones and worrying about what could have been, or if things are right or whatever, you're gonna get your fingers burnt. So it's about being professional and making sure that we're consistently sure we're the best side. We're the best ranked side in the competition. Going in there as the number one seed. So we've got to prove that again.
Mate, I fancy yourselves. I fancy Lee as well in that competition and Hull KR. It's going to be great though, because I think there could be a few upsets. I think every single team will win a game, and I think every single team will lose a game.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think if we play well, I think we could go undefeated. That's what our goal is really. For me, but. I'm sure there'll be other teams expecting to do the same. Hull KR are a fantastic side, but Lee is sort of the unknown really. I know they've got a fantastic coach, they've got fantastic players, and I've not really played against them, So it's going to be fantastic. So hopefully we do ourselves proud and get the job done.
Mate, it's great to see you as always. Good luck in the middle eights, and I hope you're going undefeated. And I think Widnes next year. Are you there next year?
Yeah, definitely there.
Right, good luck next year.
Thanks a lot. Cheers, Simon. Cheers.